Hey everyone, Brennan Bryan here. I'm making some good progress on re-strengthening this front frame on this green Craftsman here, my racer. So as you can see, I got the front end out. I had to get all this welded in. It's all pretty much done. It's actually all penetrating really nice. This side's done. I still got to do the top and bottom on this side. I was going to flip up the frame, but I figured out a technique that I don't have to put the frame on its side. Also, as you can see, my engine's sitting there that I mentioned yesterday with the throttle cable. I couldn't get it unhooked. So I decided also to do a little bit of work on the dash. So you can see I welded a brace across right there. That is done. As you can see, strong. That's going to hold the battery in place because I was having an issue because I'm using a small car battery. It's actually for a Honda Civic and or a forklift, but it's for either or. It's the same size battery pretty much, and I was having an issue with the battery wanting to slide forward and tip forward. So I welded this bar in. I had a little bit extra. Actually, I still had more sitting right there. This bar came off of the piece. Where did I use this piece? Can't remember where I actually used this piece already. Anyways, I welded it in here. I was going to weld another piece across here, but I figured there's really no point doing that. And then I got the two angles on either side. I may or may not weld a piece across here on the inside. Yeah, for the life of me, I can't remember what else I used that on. Oh, I know what I used it on. The my steering rod. This is what's left over from my steering rod, and I still have enough to go another piece down there, or I could put a piece somewhere in here just to help to strengthen this area up, which I may or may not do. I may weld a piece on top between here and here just to give it some lateral support above the front end. Then I can, if I wanted to, I could run a couple pieces down to the axle. We'll see. I haven't really decided on that. So it's actually quite strong. See if I can stand up on it without tipping it. Yeah, I got no frame flex at all, so I think I'll be okay. As you can see, I got my jack stand sitting there. Same on the other side, and the back tires are on it. No frame flex at all. With the Kubota, I actually had frame flex, so I'm more confident in this frame being stronger right now. Also, like I mentioned in a previous video, and a lot of people have mentioned this with Craftsman's, they're good to work on, but they have their problems. Their problems are right here, and here. As you can see on this one, it doesn't have a very big opening cut, the stock opening. As you can see, I cut a big opening farther forward, so I needed to put the support in back in the top. But I do have this bolt right here, which will also help keep everything in line. So you can see all the paint's ground off. I'm just getting ready to put the front end back in as soon as I get that side welded, and go from there and get the front end welded in. I know some people are saying, why are you welding it in? What's if you got to take it out? I can actually still take the front end out. I just have to undo the center bolt. I can drop the I can actually drop the entire axle, as you can see right there. That's also the nice thing about Craftsman's. They have a 3-piece front end roughly. Let me show you. So you got your front, say your front, your back, and you got your entire axle here. And this one is a cast iron. It's not a stamped steel, which is nice, which I wanted to have. Or also be looking for another cast iron front end, which I do have one somewhere. It would just be a matter of finding it. And I was also originally thinking about putting the Kubota front end on, but we'll see. If this one has issues, I may hold on to that one and adapt it, but this one seems to be pretty strong as it sits right now. So that's what I'm up to right now. Just got to get the welding done. It's supposed to rain, but other than that, it's all going along pretty good. Welder's working good. Just ran out of wire. I do have more wire, of course. I try to have always an extra spool. If it gets down to around halfway or a little bit less than halfway, I go out and buy a new one, so I don't really have to worry about wire. So I guess that's pretty much it for this video. Nothing has changed in back. I still gotta work on the linkages and stuff, but it is coming along. Oh, and also lastly, before I do finish up for today, I got to weld. I'm going to weld these brackets at the bottom. I'm going to take the tires off, leave the transmission in place, just grind this out nice and clean, and fill those in with weld on each side, just to give the back a little bit extra support. Then I got to bolt the rear panel back on, and the back end will be the cosmetic, and the frame part of the back will be finished. I just got to get all the shifting linkages done. My steering linkage is getting welded up tomorrow. I could weld it, but I'm worried about it flexing. But let's get my stepdad welded up tomorrow at work. So that's, like I said, that's pretty much it for this for now. Next time you see this will all be painted black. All the welding on this part of the frame will be done. There might be a little bit more welding other parts that will be done, but we'll have to wait and see. Also, the middle section here of these frames. People that use these frames, do you guys strengthen up between the pan and the dash underneath though? So should I put some extra supports in there, yes or no? Because it wouldn't take much to take some flat stock, weld it across the frame, take the pan off, weld it across the frame on each side to strengthen it. Just want to know if that's a weak spot in these frames or not. This frame has no rust in it, so it's pretty good. So I guess that's pretty much it. So I'll talk to you later. Please keep it redneck like always, and please subscribe and comment.